Okay, let's start building out our hashBlock method. So inside of this method, we want to use SHA-256 hashing to hash our block data. So in order to use a SHA-256 hashing function, we have to import one as an NPM library. So to do that, we're going to go over to Google and search SHA-256 NPM. And we're going to use this first library right here. So to install this SHA-256 hashing library, we're simply going to run this command right here, npm install SHA-256. So we're going to go over to our terminal, and we should be in our blockchain directory, and we're simply going to, copy didn't work, so we're going to npm install SHA-256 -- save, which will save this library as a dependency for us. And we're going to run that. Cool. So now, inside of our file structure over here, you will see this node modules folder appear. And this is where our SHA-256 library was just downloaded to. And this is where all of our dependencies will be downloaded to. So to use this SHA-256 library, we want to go up to the top of our file and import it so that we can use it. And we're simply going to write const SHA-256 equals require SHA-256. So now we have that SHA-256 hashing function stored as the variable SHA-256 in this file. So now we can use it inside of our hashBlock method. So the first thing that we want to do for our hashBlock method is we want to change the parameters that it takes. We're going to delete this block data parameter, and instead we're going to pass in previous block hash, current block data, and nonce. So this is going to be the data that we are going to be hashing inside of our hash block. All of this data will come from a single block in our chain. And we're going to hash this data, which is essentially hashing a block, and then we're going to get a hashed string returned. So let's do that now. The first thing that we want to do is change all of these pieces of data into a single string. So we will say const data as string equals our previous block hash, which is already a string, so that's fine, we can leave it as it is, plus our nonce, and our nonce is currently a number, so we're going to write .toString to change it into a string, plus JSON.stringify our current block data. So our current block data is going to be an object, or it will be an array of our transactions, or it will be some kind of JSON data. It'll either be an array or an object. And this JSON stringify simply turns our data into a string. It turns our object or our array into a string. So once this whole line is run, we simply have all of the data that we passed in concatenated into a single string. Easy enough. Cool. Now the next thing that we want to do is create our hash. So we will say const hash equals SHA-256, and this is the library that we just imported at the top of our file. 256, and we're going to pass in our data as a string variable. And just like that, we now have a hash that we have created from our block, or all of the block data that we have passed into our function. So the last thing that we want to do is simply return our hash. And that's it. That is our hashBlock method. In the next video, we will test this method to make sure that it works properly. See you there.